Hey guys, it's me, Matt Lemke with 3Gamer Goggles, and today we're going to make my first, well, I'm going to teach you guys how to make a Starfinder character. Today I'm going to do something that I don't normally do, and we're going to use the point buy method. Not something I'm a big fan of. I haven't really liked it, and I've done it maybe 2 or 3 times in my life. I just can't seem to get away from rolling dice. It must be the wargamer side of me. But anyway, so what you need is to print out, get yourself some paper, character sheet. You can make your own character sheets. I did that for years. I have since graduated and go to that. Oh, by the way, in the background we have sound by Syrinscape. In fact, I'm going to turn it down just a little bit in case it's a little bit loud. But every now and then you're going to hear some things like garbled transmission, maybe a laser shot, capital gunship fire. Maybe I'll change the sounds up. Maybe I'll turn it way down, turn it up, and I'll just give you guys an idea of how easy it is to use while you're telling a story. This is something that this is the first time I've ever attempted to do this while I've actually been filming a video. So bear with me as I learn where things are at on my screen. Distress signal. But if I ever, that'd be a good one for if I'm like thinking about what I'm trying to say. I can play the distress signal, right? Anyway, so blank character sheet. Well, I'm going to set that to the side because I made a word sheet. This is a point buy system, so we're going to go through step by step some of the things. Actually, I'm going to flip the character sheet over that I've already kind of written some stuff on. Turn it down a hair. I must have touched distress signal a lot. So one of the things that the Starfinder rulebook recommends you do is you create a character concept. So I went ahead and I did that before I made my character. Generally, I create my characters and then I kind of come up with their background story. But I did it first this time. So that weird noise was my daughter walking above the camera. Be good for Halloween, but it's not Halloween. So one of the first things I did is I decided, well, why is this person adventuring? That was the first question I decided to ask. Why adventure? Excuse my chicken scratch. I'm going to slide over here a little bit. Might seem like I'm off camera. Ignore all my games. And I came up with 3 things. 1, secretly seeking answers of who the character is. Of identity. We'll say identity. I don't know if this is going to be a male or a female yet. So I'm just going to go with identity. The other one is she likes, or he likes loneliness of space. So they like to be alone. Wow. And I came up with another one. Seeking wealth. Now, wealth is kind of broad. It could be anything. It could be financial. It could be land. It could be knowledge. I haven't made up my mind yet. And then I did some things also for personality. Watches out for self. And always manages to find trouble. Now, I also did a couple things for past. I have abandoned as a child. I might change some of these. Raised by, I don't know who yet, but not parents, not grandparents, not family, a tribe maybe. This is something I'm going to talk with the GM about, which in the long run is probably going to be me. And never fit in. So, odd, brat, out. And I don't mean brat in a bad way. Alright, so, now outside of that, the only other thing I have a concept for this character is that I want them to be a shooter, melee, pilot, balance. So I think I'm going to end up with a soldier. Actually, I know I'm going to end up with a soldier. I've already kind of thought this through. So, on my worksheet, I have... Where's my worksheet? Alright. So, on my worksheet for the point buy system, what I have done is I've started with the base over here of 10, all the way down for all the stats, and then I have a plus or minus or plus based off of race, theme, and point buy. So the race I chose was the Kasathas, which gives them a +2 strength and a +2 wisdom and a -2 to intelligence. And the theme I took was Spacefarer because they like the loneliness of space, they want to get out. So I gave them that and gives them a bonus to Constitution. And then for the point buy, I didn't put any of this in here yet. Well, real quick, I'm going to go like this. 12, 11, 10, 8, 2, 12, and 10. So what I did is I put 4 points into strength for a total of 16. 2 points into dexterity for a total of 12. Some gunfire in the background. And then Constitution I put 2 points into for a total of 13. I think I'm going to probably change this. I am going to change that. I'm going to put that as a 1 and that as a 3. So that's 13 and that's 12. And then Intelligence I bumped by 2, bringing it back to a 10. Wisdom I left at 12 with 0 points, and Charisma 0 points for a total of 10. So we have 16, 13, 12, 10, 12, 10. Not the greatest stats in the world. Okay, so now we get to start filling out the character sheet. Point buy system's not that difficult to do, really. It's not my favorite method. But you might notice some things here. I'll zoom in a little bit more, and I'll just move this around. What I like to do when I create characters is I will highlight all of their skills that are class related. So I decided to make this character a soldier, and that means that strength and dexterity are his 2 main attributes. And then, so I highlighted them as well. It just helps me. It stands out. It sets them out. And I already went ahead and I filled in the class bonuses for all of his class skills. And then over here I have his racial bonuses as well. And that's really about it. So I'm going to go ahead and write in his stats. We have a 16. We have 13, 12, 10, 12, and we have a 10. And then we can go ahead and we can start filling everything else in. We can jump around here. I can put the modifiers in. I don't really need, well, I'll need them when I get down here to filling out the ranks and stuff. So I need to open up, where do I have it? You know, I think, no, I need to go to my other computer. for a second, and I am back. So we have 16 is plus 3. 10 is nothing. 10 is nothing. 12 is plus 1. 13 is plus 2, if I have a good memory. 12 is plus 1. 0. 0. Double check the 13. $14, $15 would be plus 2, Matt. So, not terrible. I mean, he's relatively average for a character. So we can go ahead and we can figure some of this stuff out. The soldier type characters have 7. Where is it? 7 hit points, I believe. I'll double check that. And then let's see here. We have, for his initiative, we have total is dexterity modifier plus miscellaneous modifier. He took blitz as well. I guess we should go over some of that stuff right now. So when you become a soldier, zoom out of here. When you become a soldier, you have to pick a style, and he picked blitz, which at first level gives him rapid response, and rapid response does 2 things. It gives him plus 4 to his initiative and plus 10 on his stride or his speed, which he's a medium creature, so that's just going to be 10 plus the medium base size of 30, so it'll be 40 total. And because he's a Kasathas, he's got Desert Stride, he's got Forearms, Historian, and Natural Grace. Because of his race, he has the racial ability of a plus 2 bonus to acrobatics and plus 2 to athletics, plus 2 to bluff, and I thought there was one more bonus. Let me double check here. So I have decided that skill wise he's going to, he only gets 4 plus his intelligence modifier, which is 0. He only gets 4 skills. So he's only going to get a handful of ranks here, and one of the things I put down is that I wanted him to be a decent pilot, so we're going to put at least 1 rank in pilot. He probably has to have some kind of profession. I'm going to decide that later. He's going to have 1 rank in profession, so that's 2 of his 4 skills. And I really like the idea of him being kind of acrobatic, so we're going to put 1 in there for now. That's 3 of 4. And survival. He was abandoned at a young age. I think survival is a good choice. So we can go across here. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 2 is 6. This would be 5. 3. Oh, ha! I'm getting ahead of myself. Acrobatics is a dexterity modifier, so that's a plus 1. Strength is plus 3. I don't need to put those pluses in there. Intelligence would be 0. Charisma is 0. Intelligence is 0. Dexterity is 1. Depending on what he's going to pick, it's going to change a little bit. I don't know what I'm going to make. I'm going to discuss that with the GM as to what should be used, but knowing that we have either charisma, intelligence, or wisdom, we're probably going to go with something wisdom based, so I can put that in there right now. And I think maybe Good time for some extra sound effects. We'll go to a shipboard, like a spaceport. I don't know if you can hear the android in the back. I'm going to turn his volume up. Let's see. Now we have a big ship that's going to land or take off. Let's see here. I can put the rest of these in too. So that's a 0, 0, 0, 0. I have no ranks in these. Normally if I was playing, I'd just leave them blank. But I'm just doing this to show people. And now I can fill them out. So we have 5 plus 2 is 7. We have 6, 8. 3, 3, 5, 5, 4, and 4 for his basic skills. Those are the skills that he's going to use the most. I can go here, put all the 1s in, everything that's a 1. Uh-oh, the airlock's closing. And that's the skills. So then you move on, and the next thing would be, well, I already wrote out all his class, and I put a C by him just so you could see. And obviously I didn't do it to all of them, otherwise it'd be done. But these are all class-related feats and proficiencies right now. And I made a list of feats that I wanted to use for this character. And, you know, I stopped writing them down because I kept picking up feats like Kip Up and Stand Still that I thought would be good for this character that can get in and out of melee easily, get to shooting range, and, you know, get to his ship like he's always on the run. I kind of have a Han Solo-esque image for this guy or this individual. This individual's always getting into trouble and trying to finagle his way out. One of the things I want to do is work on his bluff skill a little bit. I might have to, you know, multi-class a little bit to make that work. But, you know, I kept picking all these things with the asterisks. I kept writing down stuff with asterisks. I'm like, huh. So all those can be taken as soldier extra feats at like second, third, or second, fourth, fifth, sixth level. So I haven't really picked a feat yet. I kind of like the idea of lightning reflexes and jet dash. But Die Hard is really cool too because you can. It basically lets you, if you don't fall to 0 hit points, it lets you stabilize yourself. I don't remember the cost. I kind of like that idea for this character. You know, it's been survival. I'm gonna do more thinking about it before I actually write it down. Let me know what you guys think. You know, you can look at them. I'm building this character purely for flavor. In fact, this character is probably going to be an NPC in the long run. Uh-oh. Incoming. Next would be to fill out all his fun stuff. So we have... I wrote this down somewhere else and I don't see it now. Well, we'll go. Like I said, we'll go to initiative. Initiative is his dexterity modifier of 3, plus his class bonus of 4 for a total of 7. Not bad for a first level character. Stamina points is dexterity plus. I wrote this down. Okay, so stamina points for the soldier are 7 plus your constitution modifier, if any. And so we have 7 plus 1 for a total of 8. And current would be 8. Hit points are, for the soldier, they're 7, but for the Las Casathas, it's 4 for a total of 11. And your resolve points are equal to half your level rounded down, which is 0, minimum of 1, plus your key modifier. For the soldier, your key ability is either 16 or 13. Maybe we can add a blaster battle. So anyway, your my resolve would be 4 currently. And then, well, see, now we're moving into armor class and stuff, and some of this stuff is a little bit different. And, well, I kind of don't know what kind of equipment I want to buy yet. I have kind of toyed with the idea of well, I'm going to get a knife. I'm going to get a semi-auto pistol and a second skin. So we can probably fill out second skin. I'll have to look up the stats on my other computer. They're not on this computer, which is silly. I should have put them on here. And let's see here. So we can do all that, and then we can move into saving throws, which are pretty much, if you're familiar with Pathfinder, they're going to be very similar. I don't believe I have any extra modifiers for my character. I wish I had my book right in front of me. I don't. So for the soldier, our base attack is +1. For our saves, we have a base of 202. Ability modifier for fortitude is constitution, which is a +1. I do not believe I have a miscellaneous modifier at this point in time. Reflex is a 0 plus the dexterity modifier, which is 1. And will is wisdom, which is +1. So we have a total of 3, 0, 3, 1, 0 for my save modifiers. 3, 1, 3. And then, so like down here, we can do our weapons. We have our attack bonus. Well, our base attack bonus for melee is strength. So it's 1 plus 3. There are currently no miscellaneous modifiers, so that would make it a 4. Ranged attack is 1 plus dexterity, which is 1. Thrown attack is 1 plus 3. So we have a 2 there, and we have a 4 there. So for the knife I want to buy, I can fill out all this information later, but the attack bonus for the knife is going to be actually a 4. If it's capable of being a thrown weapon, I didn't look at that, it would be 4/2. The next weapon is the semi-automatic pistol. I'm just going to put as a pistol. I don't remember the full make and model of it, so I'll have to look that up in a second. And then for the armor, I'll have to look that up as well. And then on the back, I filled out all the extra. Like I said, I don't know what feat I want to pick yet, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at the armor. I'm going to find it real quick in the equipment, and then we're going to finish off this character by finishing off the sheet. The bonus for, I'm gonna write it down here so we can all see it. Second skin. And I don't know if this is the best choice or not, but it was affordable. It lets him have other stuff. We have an EAC armor class bonus of 1. We have kinetic armor of 2. Max dex modifier is a 4 or a 5, so he gets his full dexterity modifier of 1 on both of those. So he'll have, against kinetic armor, he'll have an armor class of 13, and against Energy armor, it'll be a 12. Not so bad for first level. Then we have 21 for armor class versus his resistance against combat maneuvers. That's pretty much it. I mean, I didn't make the character's name. I didn't put his size down. I didn't put his speed down. That stuff's pretty common now. It's easy to find. The harder stuff to figure out is right here, really. I hope this helps. This is a point buy. Sorry that I jumped back and forth to my computer a little bit. I learned a little bit more. I'm going to do another character creation video next week. And that one, we're going to go into the cantina after this video that is a little rough. I'm going to get a drink. And, talk to a droid. Thanks, Ben, for letting me use your software. Cool stuff happens. But anyway, I mean, you get the idea. I'm not a fan of this. Next week, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to traditionally roll up a character. I'm going to roll my stats, and I'm going to shoot. I was going to make a Solarian. You guys can, let me. Actually, I'm going to let the dice tell me what I'm making. I was going to make a Solarian or shoot to make a Solarian, but they're very similar to soldiers. I mean, they're like beefed up soldiers. They've got some more special abilities and stuff and more stuff to write out. But I think I'm going to go with something that's got a little bit more skills, a little bit more character to it. And again, I'm going to flesh out the character. This is actually, in my opinion, one of the hardest parts about character design is creating why you're adventuring, your personality, and your past and your background. And I believe in threes. If you can answer why, give yourself three things about your background and three things about your personality that all kind of tie in. You've got a pretty good structure for building your character up into like a pyramid. With that said, like I said, next week I'm going to do what I like to do, something that I'm a little bit more prepared for, and that is the traditional role of rolling dice. You can see here, I mean, where's my dice? I got my dice here. I think this is all of them. This is what I need to roll my character up next week. And you got 16, 13, 12, 10, 12. Now normally I would just use 4d6, but to speed things up next week I'm going to do this. All the dice match. They're all color coded, so all I gotta do now is sort them out, right? The green one doesn't go there, the green one goes there. This blue goes with that blue, that's a black, that goes with the black, green. So you can see, I mean, right now, I mean, this guy's pretty well off, really. He's not terribly different. Okay, so I've got, wait a minute. There's the black guy. Ha! So, I'd have a 16, a 16, a 14, a 13, a 12. So, actually, he does turn out to be a better character. I just have more fun doing it, and that. To give you an idea, that was just me dropping all the dice on the table and dropping the last one. Anyway, I want to hear from you guys. I'm going to do this again next week with Syrinscape. If you don't like it with Syrinscape, let me know. I can tone it down a little bit. I'm going to turn it up a little bit though right now because I do kind of like the cantina, and actually we'll make it not so crowded. We'll let it load. This is trouble with the law. It's real easy to work with and use. You got all these little sound effect things over here. Like there's always. lightsaber type of fight. You can add blaster impacts, different attacks. I just want the Wilhelm screen. So I wanted to try and lighten this up a little bit with a tool that I don't get to share with you guys enough. That's why I used Syrinscape in the background. That's the first time I ever attempted anything like this. So if it's loud in the background's too much, let me know. I want to know. I want to improve. I do like the idea of being able to use Syrinscape while telling you guys what I'm doing, and at the same time telling a story in a game. I've always found it to be a little bit of a chore, so I'm going to start working at things a little bit more so they don't seem as much like a chore. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.